Alrighty, so we are here and the BROLY banner is live. We just got done doing our summons over here on the live stream. You guys can see we got the chat on the side. It's a whole party that we got going on right now, right? But I also want to make sure that we cover whether or not you should be summoning on this banner today. It just came out, and the problem is I could not do this video earlier due to the simple fact that we had no indication for who the other featured characters were going to be. So I was not going to be able to tell you what to do on the banner, but now that we have enough indication, we can go ahead and talk about it, right? So BROLY himself seems like a solid character. Gonna have to get my hands on him and see how he is in game before I can really give like a huge verdict on it. But the featured lineup is a little better than I had anticipated. I was fully expected to come on here and tell you that the banner was horrible and there was nothing redeeming about it. But from my personal experience, these were probably my best summons of the year, but I'm also not going to say that that's going to be the same experience for everybody else. So if we look at the featured lineup here, it ended up being the BROLY himself. We know how BROLY is. And then a rerun I think I definitely got right on the predictions was Kale and Caulifla. We talked about these two a decent bit, and we kind of knew that like this is probably going to be the slot where they rerun. This is a fun character if you have int hit. I definitely think it would be worth at least looking into them, and especially with the double rates, if you do a decent amount of stones here, I think there is a good chance to end up pulling this character by the time you're done. But if not, maybe you consider carnival coins. But at this point, if you're on the fence about buying somebody with carnival coins, I say just hold on to him and wait till G4 reruns, and that'd probably be the way that you want to do it. But looking at another rerun, again, a character I don't think I talked about him in my banner predictions video, but Tech Gotenks is going to be on this banner as well. And he is a good fused fighter character for short content, pretty good for things like that. He does have the ability to get up to 99% damage reduction against Ki Blast supers and other things of that nature. So very safe character, not like top 10 by any means, but he was very good, very consistent. And I really am a fan of this Gotenks here, especially for like, if there's a featured LR banner lineup, this is certainly not a bad character to see on a carnival banner. It could be a lot worse, and it also surprises me that this guy is back due to the fact that he was on the Kale and Caulifla banner, I believe, just a few short months ago. So him being back again, maybe we're going to see Tech Gotenks again during the anniversary carnival banner. We'll have to wait and see. Next up, a bit of a surprise, but not like the craziest thing I've ever seen. LR Golden Frieza being on this banner. This is really good for the value because I said that there was going to be, I thought it was going to be 4 LRs. It turned out to be 5. So I did not predict that this guy would be here, but it does make sense considering he is going to be one of the best linking partners for our boy LR, Golden Frieza, and Gogeta. So it is nice to have this guy on the banner. Just increases the value. A very good EZA, especially for short content. You have the 90% damage reduction. You guys know how valuable that is. You're talking about battle hard formidable foes. You're talking about some of these shorter red zone stages, things like that. So the fight against Gohan, all of these different things right here. This is going to be one of those characters where you can get away with running something like this. So it's a good thing that he's on the banner. It's certainly better than just some fodder SSR. And then last but not least, for the banners here, we have, or for the LRs, we have STR BROLY. This character here, we know he's on the verge of a super EZA. It doesn't say it on the game right now, but we do know that he is going to be getting a super EZA during the celebration. When that is, I don't have it on the top of my head right now or like on me because it's just not in the data download yet. So for those of you who are asking that question, I do not know when he is going to be on the banner. So let's just keep that in mind. I'm not sure, but we don't know. Now, when it comes to the rest of the featured lineup, we have STR BROLY here, who we know is going to be getting an EZA. And again, we did nail this part of the prediction. So the 4 marquee units that I said would be on this banner would be this BROLY, Kale and Caulifla, and then obviously, you guys aren't going to believe this, I predicted that WRATHEFUL BROLY was going to be on the banner. I know that sounds crazy, but he is on the banner. So 5 featured LRs here compared to like 6 or 7 featured LRs is obviously not ideal, but having 5 is very, very good. So that is good to have right here. Now we've also got this STR BROLY right here, who we know is going to be getting an EZA. And then we get into sort of the bad tier. And if you guys are, if you end up seeing my summons, you'll know that we saw some of these characters quite a bit. But we've got AGL Beerus. He is a pretty good unit, right? No, he's not good. Excuse me. I don't know why I said that. Golden Frieza and OK Super Boss support. AGL King Vegeta, all he can really do is dodge at this point. Then we got STR Kale, and that is it for the banner. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 featured units and double rates. So just wanted to go over the banner and all the characters so you guys have a bit of an understanding on how the banner is going to be operating. Now, here are some factors that we have to consider when it comes to whether or not we should be summoning. The first thing is that the SSR summon rate is doubled. So you're going to be seeing a whole lot more SSRs for a Carnival banner, and when we have a lot of really good characters here, I think that it could potentially be worth your Dragon Stones to put some into this banner at the very least, right? We ended up spending about 750 on this banner, and we walked away pretty lucky. I can just tell you, I have 3 of the Wrathful Brolys and about 750 stones, so that is really good compared to the normal, and that again is in effect due to the double rates. You're going to be seeing a lot of multi-LR multis, a lot of Awaridas, a lot of featured animations, right? So this probably is going to be an easier banner to get what you want compared to something like the Golden Frieza and Gogeta banner here, where the rates are just not doubled, right? Double rates is so important for a banner in terms of like getting what you want. And then we've also got some extra things here with the discounts, right? I don't believe this was going to be a guarantee just from looking at it, unfortunately. So when we look at this here, right, we've got the buy 3 get 1, so that is really good. So again, discounts, this means that no matter what, guys, if there's one thing you're going to take from this video is that you should not be doing singles, right? With the buy 3 get 1, it is so valuable that you do the multi-summons because of those free multis. So just keep that in mind. I'm sure most of you know that. But this banner is also not going to have pity. And then there's also the tickets that we have to consider as well. So when it comes to those tickets, we have to keep in mind that we will be getting them later on for Dokkan Day, which is going to be on the evening of the 14th. Basically the 15th over in Japan, so it is going to be special Dokkan Day, and that is when we are going to be able to use tickets for this as well. So if you want to stay a little bit conservative on your Dragon Stones right now and you don't get lucky, I don't think it's a horrible choice to end up waiting on this banner until you use your tickets. So maybe you could save up content and stuff like that and potentially do some multis on here. But for sure, if you want to summon on this banner, you are shooting for really good characters, right? Like, again, when we go over this right here, BROLY is really good. Kale and Caulifla are pretty good, especially if you have in hit from the last banner. You're going to be able to notice these guys these girls, excuse me, in a pretty good way. And then we've also got Tech Gotenks, who is going to be, you know, holding it down for you on like a Fused Fighter team, a Majin Buu Saga. This is a really good unit for Dokkan Battlefield because of the fact that he's a Majin Buu Saga leader here of 200%. So with the 200%, this character is going to be able to work with like STR Vegito and things like that. As a Majin Buu Saga leader, you can run him on Fused Fighters in Battlefield. This is just a really good character for that mode, especially if you're a newer player. This is a very good summonable LR that you certainly are not going to regret summoning for if you end up pulling them. So with that, Golden Frieza, again, we talked about this. This is a very good character to shoot for. And then hopefully this BROLY Super Easy A will be a character to strive for as well. The faith that I have in this unit in specific is more like to the fact that we need him for BROLY's teams. Movie bosses, Exploding Rage. This is a very important character for both of those teams. So when we talk about that, I think it's just going to be very important that this Easy A is good. And I have faith that for a Super Easy A summonable LR Super Easy A, this character should be pretty damn good. So very good hopes for this banner in specific, but again, it is going to be tricky to tell. Now, someone in the chat asked if the tickets are going to be double rates. I am not 1000% sure on that. If I head over to Dokkan info for that, if we go to tickets in specific, I believe on Kale and Caulifla, the rates were doubled, right? For that banner in specific. So if we go to Kale and Caulifla, their tickets, the special Dokkan Day tickets, yes, the rates were doubled, yes. So we are going to have double rates on the tickets as well. So there's a very good chance that you end up getting like multiple LRs in those tickets, or you end up just pulling the unit that you want. So that's kind of the verdict right now. I think when it comes to summoning, I think you should be careful. If you want to invest some stones into this banner, I don't think that's a horrible idea, but please just keep in mind that you should not be going to 0 stones because of the fact that we have to start thinking towards the future. Now we're sort of in the clear in terms of like major banners on the way, and now we can start thinking about anniversary. You're going to have to get used to me telling you a whole lot that we're going to be skipping banners from here. So if you want to have fun, we're going to wait about another 4.5 months until we start seeing like things that free-to-play players really should be summoning on. But that is sort of the TLDR on it right now. So if you want to summon, I think you should have fun with it and just go ahead and do your thing. But if we are looking at the some of this stuff in specific, let me go ahead and pull this up here. Again, just make sure you don't go down to 0 stones. That would be my verdict. Make sure that you don't spend every single stone that you have on this banner. Otherwise, you can have fun and summon. So before we get out of here, don't forget to leave a like before you go and subscribe if you're new, so that way you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Let me know how your summons went down below. Mine were pretty damn good, so hopefully you can go ahead and repeat that. Hopefully you get luckier than I did. So big shouts outs to Malcolm, Driftix, Devontae Little, Junior, Sean C, Blue Sun, Preston Kitty, Tekka, Chunkster, Soldier 91, Yay, Cosmo, Van, Wesley, Brian V, and Rado-kun. As always, very grateful for the members over there. If you want to become a member yourself, go ahead and click the link in the description. Help support the channel and support me, and I would greatly appreciate it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know how your summons went down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.